Now, here I have written out two equivalent ratios, 3 to 4 and 15 to 20. You could reduce those fractions down or put them in fraction form, reduce them down, find out that they are equivalent ratios. But I have them written here for a very particular thing. When they're written out like this, the last and the first item are called the extremes. It's because they're on the far end of the ratios. The two on the inside are called the means. Now, the reason why we call them that will become apparent eventually, but basically the idea is there's some pattern that we can use, 3 to 4 and 15 to 20. So here you can see the extremes are still 3 and 20, and the means are still 4 and 15. But what can happen is we can use the test to see if these ratios are proportional by finding the product of the means and the extremes. So we can do 3 times 20, and we want to check it to see if that's equal to 4 times 15. And if you're good with your multiplication, you know that both of those are 60. So that confirms that we have a proportion. This process here is called the cross product, because you can see you're multiplying across the equal sign and across the fraction. So, in example 2, we're going to use cross products to determine whether these each pairs of ratios form a proportion. There we go. All right. So, 2 over 3.5 equals 8 over 14. Now, we're going to do the cross product, so we multiply the extremes, 2 and 14. And then we multiply the means, 8 and 3.5 times 3.5. Now, 2 times 14 you could probably do in your head. That's 28. 8 times 3.5, you might have to do that one by hand or use a calculator, but let's go ahead and multiply it out here. 8 times 5 is 40, carry the 4. 8 times 3 is 24, plus 4 more is 28, but it's not 280. See, we have one decimal place, so our answer should have one decimal place, and we have 28 again. So I would say, yes, these are proportional because they passed the cross product test. Let's do it again. 0.3 over 1.5 equals 0.5 over 2.0. Multiply the extremes and multiply the means. Now, one thing to be careful of with these is to watch out, make sure that your dot for multiplication is up higher than your decimal, otherwise you get weird looking things. If you don't like it, you, instead of doing the dot, you could just put the second term in parentheses. That still means multiplication. 0.3 times 2.0 is 0.6, and 1.5 times 0.5 is 0.75. Because those two products are not equal, I would say no, these are not proportional. And we've shown it by using the cross product.